winning a prize. According to this 1 Corinthians 9 verse 24 to 27, it says here that do you not know that those who ran in a race all ran, but one receives the prize? Run in such a way that you may obtain it. And everyone who competes for the prize is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a perishable crown, but we for an imperishable crown. Therefore, I ran thus not with uncertainty, thus I fight not as one who beats the air, but I discipline my body and bring it into subjection, lest when I have preached to others, I myself should become disqualified. Now, why is it that Apostle Paul explained this obtaining a prize? Now, it is like a graduation. No? You have toga. So you wear this toga during graduation time. It's because you graduated, or a certain student graduated in college or in high school. So he will wear this toga. Okay, so like that. Okay, so uh, Paul said that do you not know that those who run in a race all run, but one receives the prize? So it says here, run in such a way that you may obtain it. Now, running is very tiresome. If you have not practiced it, it's very tiresome. So I show you this how I run. So it says there, run in such a way that you may obtain it. So we are encouraged to run. We're encouraged to participate. We're encouraged to do our part in order to receive a prize. It says here, and everyone who competes for the prize is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a perishable crown, but we for an imperishable crown. Now, Apostle Paul said that everyone who competes for the prize is temperate in all things. What this temperate? It means to say that we must have self-control. Now, an athlete must have a self-control. For example, the food that he eats or she eats is measured. It does not eat for much, because if an athlete eats much food, then his weight or her weight will be wittier, and it is hard for him or her to move, and it cause a tiredness of when the body is very heavy. So that's why temperate. So another thing is that we must, or the athlete must rest I think 8 hours a day, so that his body will be refreshed and regain strength. So that is temperate in all things. There are no vices, because if an athlete has vices, then his lungs or parts of his or her body will be affected, uh, will sometimes dysfunction. So that's why temperate. So this must be applied for our spiritual life, that we must be temperate in all things. We must be temperate, meaning we must have self-control, or we must have self-discipline. So it says there that the athlete do it to obtain perishable crown, but we for an imperishable crown. So what is the perishable crown? It means to say that the crown that they receive in this world will perish, or will rot, or will decay. So, but we have imperishable crown. What does it mean? It means to say that the spiritual the spiritual reward will not rot or will not decay. So that it cannot be perished or it will not rotten. So that's why Apostle Paul said that imperishable crown. So meaning to say, the crown that we receive if we serve the Lord faithfully, if we serve Jesus Christ with all our hearts, then we will receive imperishable crown. Not like this in this world that an athlete will receive that perishable crown. When an athlete died, then what will happen to his hair crown? So his hair crown will decay. So that's why Apostle Paul said that we will receive imperishable crown. So those who serve the Lord, so we must serve the Lord, because if we serve the Lord faithfully, then we will have imperishable crown. We will have imperishable crown. So remember that this is the truth. This is what God said. So, or Apostle Paul said that we will receive imperishable crown. So we will not miss this race, the race, spiritual race. We will receive imperishable crown. Therefore, Apostle Paul said, therefore I run thus not with uncertainty. Thus I fight not as one who beats the air, but I discipline my body and bring it into subjection, lest when I have preached to others, I myself should become disqualified. So Apostle Paul said that he ran not with uncertainty. So we will run not with uncertainty, or it means to say we will not run that without faith. So we must run with faith. We must run with hope. We must run with direction. We must run with a vision. The vision that we have is the vision of Jesus Christ, and we must focus. We must focus ourselves, because the Bible says that looking unto Jesus, the author and the finisher of our faith, hope for the joy that was set before him, endured the cross, despising the shame, and is sat down at the right hand of the throne of God. We must run with perseverance. We must run with hope. We must run with faith, so that we will not be entangled of this world. We must not be entangled of the things of this world, but we have our focus on Jesus. So that's why Apostle Paul said that, thus I fight not as one who beats the air. So what does it mean? It means to say that a boxer will beat the air. So it means to say that he has no direction, or he has no target. That's why he beats in the air. So he beats in the air. It means to say that there is nothing target. There is no target. So we must have a target. That's why serving Jesus must have faith. So the Apostle Paul said that, thus I fight not as one who beats the air, but I discipline my body and bring it into subjection, lest when I have preached to others, I myself should become disqualified. So, discipline. So we must discipline ourselves, disciplining our body. Why we must discipline our body? Because if we don't discipline our body, then whatever the desires of our body can cause our spiritual life to die down. So if we move on to our physical desires, not to the desire of our body, then that is contrary to the spiritual desire, then we will beat that air. We will beat an air. So that's why Apostle Paul said that he disciplined himself. He disciplined his body. So we must discipline. We must control. We must reject all the desires of our body. Not all the time that the desires of our body will be pleased. Only the food, only the water, or only those the things that can benefit our body. But those things that will benefit our body, we must reject it, and we should seek those things that benefits our spiritual life. So Apostle Paul said that when I have preached to others, I myself should become disqualified. So Apostle Paul rejected all those desires of his body that can cause him to be disqualified or disqualified. So that is the reason why Apostle Paul explained this to us, so that we will receive an incorruptible and impressible prize. So that's all that I share for today. Thank you and God bless everyone.